Do you feel like you're drowning when your professor mentions that you've been assigned to do a research paper? Because research can be overwhelming, we have created this information literacy video to show you effective research strategies using the Liberty databases. Your first research essay is the rebuttal essay. Before beginning your research, you need to know what specific keywords to use. To find those keywords, read through your initial article clearly, identifying the main argument and supporting points that the original author uses. Mrs. Towles has posted an extra credit assignment to Blackboard for you to complete as you dig into your initial article. I highly suggest that you complete that assignment not only for the extra credit points, but also so that you'll understand clearly where to begin your research. The article that I have chosen discusses the author's opinion that golf is not a sport. Not only have I highlighted his main points and his arguments, I have also typed up my own responses to those arguments. When writing the rebuttal essay, we have two options. If I were to refute his claims, then I would need to find evidence that disproves as many of his main points as I can. If I were to counter-argue, I would need to demonstrate why his main points do not take the argument far enough. Perhaps his main claim is valid, but I don't think he has used main points that are strong enough. Once you've determined your focus and your keywords, you are ready to begin doing the actual research of your essay. To get to Liberty's library page, you can start from the main Liberty page and click on the quick links and go to library from there. Or if you're already in Blackboard, you can go to the resources tab and click on the Jerry Falwell library from there. Now on the library's main page, do take time to click through these various links to see which each one of these offers for you. I want to make sure to point out that the Interlibrary Loan link can be found right here under Services. We're going to be using this later in the semester. It's an opportunity, it offers you an opportunity to find resources outside of Liberty's library, and you can have those resources usually within a couple of days. What we're going to focus on right now are the links and tabs that are up here next to the Summon section. If you actually know a book that you want to get from Liberty's library, actually go get the physical copy, you would use the Jerry Falwell Library Catalog to search for that physical book here. And if you are already familiar with databases and you know one that works really well with your major, you can use the Database tab and search for a database by specific letters. But since you are just getting started, we're going to stick with Summon for now. I want to point out to you, if you are not quite sure how to do searches or if your search isn't producing good results, use this tutorial or check out this link for information on how you can narrow your search results to find information that's going to be more productive for you. So when I type in my search phrase and I hit Summon, you see that I have over 2 million results. That's way too many for me to search through. But if I would go in and type in quotation marks around my actual search term and search again, I've narrowed it down to 1,400 results. Now that's much better, but still way too many for me to go through. So what I'm going to do next is refine my search, and you want to make sure that you keep your search refinements clicked. If you have new search, it's going to clear all of this and start over. I know that Mrs. Towles is not going to allow me to use the Times or any other newspapers, so I'm going to tell the search to exclude newspaper articles. That takes me down to 166. And I only want those items that I can actually read right away, items with full text immediately available. And that narrows me down to 141. We're doing a lot better. I want to point out that you can narrow your search using the dates. It goes from 2007 on up. This one, 2013, has lots of hits, but because of my topic, I don't need to narrow my dates, so I'm going to leave mine open. Another thing I can do to try to narrow my search, I can click only on journal articles and magazine articles, because I don't want to look at books and newsletters and other things like that. And just to let you know, you can also access that by using the More link. Include only journal and magazine articles and exclude newspaper articles. So my results, show this one looks like it's a history of golf, which is not going to help me. This next one does not have an author, and Mrs. Towles will not allow us to use sources without authors for credibility's sake. Another thing that I see is it's starting to talk about disc golf. Well, disc golf is not going to help me. So another search option I have, I can take away all of the actual results that have the word disc in them, and that narrows it down to 94. It only got rid of 5. I can do the same with yips, because I have no idea what yips are, but I want to get them out of my actual search. So I'm down to 91. I'm scrolling through and looking at something that might be interesting, and here's one that I would really be interested in. Sport or not a sport? It has an author. It's from Sports Illustrated, so I know it's a credible magazine, so let's check this one out. I have the basic information, the detailed record of information right here in front of me. It tells me just about everything I need to know. The only thing it's missing is the database, but if I look up here, I can see my database. It's Sport Discus with full text. So I have the title, my authors, title of the magazine, title of the database. It's on page 24, and the entire article is only a third of a page long, so it's really short. But then when I actually look at the title, I realize they're talking about street luge. They're not talking about golf. So when I scroll down, I want to figure out where in the world did this article mention the word golf. On my keyboard, I'm clicking Control and F, and I get this search box that shows up over here in the top. When I search for golf, it shows up right down here. If golf is a sport, then I guess street luge is. A comment made by Steve Hoffman. This is the only time that the word golf shows up in my my source. Therefore, I'm not going to be able to use this twice, and the entire article is about street luge, so this is not a good article for me to use. Other ways to search involve using the advanced search option. If you just have any word that's in the title of the journal or magazine, you could type it in this field, the publication field, and limit your search to only a journal article that has full text. You do not want newspapers, book reviews, or dissertations and theses. And so it's telling me it's looking for anything with a publication title having golf in it, and I want to also limit it to words like athlete, athleticism, whatever has ATHL in it. Now you'll see that we're getting things from like Golf World or Golf Magazine, Golf Digest. So here's another way that you can actually search for things. The last thing I want to show you is how to actually print out your PDFs or your search results. Some of our students have trouble with that, so I'm going to use Academic Search Complete to give you a demonstration of that. I'm going to search for golf, and another one of my key terms was strength. We only want articles. I only want periodicals. I could choose the language of English, but I'm only looking for PDF full text right now. And here I've got 24 results. Now I can click right on the PDF and open it up, but I'm going to click on this top part to show you what we need in order to get the information for our works cited. By clicking on that title, I'm able to show this specific information. It's got an abstract, it tells me about the article, it tells me the specific database, the name of the authors, the name of the magazine, the volume, the issue, the page numbers, it's a total of 10 pages, the date. So you would need to print this page to have all of your bibliographic information, because when I click on the PDF, the results that I get don't give me that much information. It's rather confusing. I don't get the volume and the issue. I do get all the authors' names, but I don't have the database just on the PDF itself. So do make sure you print that bibliographic information. Once you pull your PDF up, you can use the links on the side to print it, email it to yourself. Feel free to play with each of these links. And if you're still having trouble getting it to print, then from one of the computers in the C Lab, you can download it as a PDF using Adobe Reader, and then you can save it and or print it that way. There's one more thing we'd like to mention, just in case you click on one of the links and what you're used to seeing in the library doesn't show up. Instead, you see this page. This is the new Liberty Library homepage. At some point this semester, Liberty plans to make this go live. So if you see this and you don't want to take the time to learn how to search using this page, feel free to use the links up here at the top and click to go back to the regular homepage that you are used to seeing. Thank you for joining us as we looked at how to do searches through the library. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your GSA. And if you cannot find him or her, feel free to find Mrs. Towles or me, Mrs. Myers. Thank you.